What is up, kids? I'm kind of just chilling out here in the morning dew with my former Staples building turning into an Aldi's. You guys understand the struggles. So, a few people were asking about potential resources and a discussion off of that from yesterday's video. So, yesterday we talked about hunger in Yu-Gi-Oh! And how it's okay to have a natural appetite towards the game. And having that hunger drive you is definitely very good for your competitive aspect in the game. Now, this leads to the next question that a lot of people were asking. They were, what resources do you have to use to get good? We talked about a few things yesterday. I don't know if people really watched the video to pick up on them, but playtesting groups. Now, I say this and a lot of people were like, how do you make a playtesting group? You fucking ask people to be in your fucking playtesting group, alright? Like, I shouldn't have to explain this to you. You know? If you want to be a member of a playtesting group, if you want people to test with, then, you know, do the fucking humanly thing and talk to these people. You know, if you're some reverse ass backwards human being that just refuses to talk to people because you're too fucking lazy, well, this video is not for you, unfortunately. You have to take at least a 1% of the effort to engage other people. So, trust me, I've been a zero-sum human being at times. It's not very fun. Don't want to do it. So, there's always going to be that one guy at your locals that is just good at the game. No, whether or not they win constantly every week, or, no, they're decent. You know, engage those people, ask them questions. You know, obviously, ask them for their permission first before you start being an annoyance. Before you start, you know, some people don't like answering questions about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not going to be the first one to tell you that. You know, or some days people can't really explain. It's one of the challenges I have being a Yu-Gi tuber is often I can't really... My line of thinking and what actually comes out are two different things sometimes, and I get a lot of hate on a few things, but that's mainly because, you know, some people often have trouble explaining things or their logic behind something, or no, it might be something that only they understand, like a card choice that they're interacting with for a situation. You know, a very good example of this actually would have been in the earlier lifespan of this channel. If you guys have been here for 3 or 4 years, there were a few gadget tech choices that I would make that would be solely based on one or two cards of the opponent's deck, but you know, it's like I always say, you know, every hero player had the fucking God-given right to top deck fucking Miracle Fusion throughout the course of, like, my life as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. You know, like, you always gotta have something fucking prepared for that bullshit, because it's always gonna fucking happen. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, that hero player's playing Miracle Fusion, they're in top deck mode, bada bing, bada fucking boom. No, just, boop, oh look, Miracle Fusion, every single fucking time. So, you often have to understand that some key choices that are often made by these players that you're asking these questions, you might not like. And I think it's definitely important to discern what those people might be saying or what they're doing. It's definitely very important as well to make sure that you have your own set of judgment skills for evaluation. I can't stress this enough either. This is a resource. If you need to do anything in life, in Yu-Gi-Oh!, in general, you need to make sure that the fucking first thing that you're able to do is look at a situation and be able to weigh both sides of it. And this is something that sometimes I'll rag on my parents for, you know, being 27. It's one of the traits that I don't think that either one of my parents ever really got. When you're looking at a situation, you have to be able to see things from both sides of the equation. And I think in terms of card valuement, this is extremely, extremely valuable. You need to be able to tell why a card is good and why a card will be bad in a situation. You know, but you have to be able to weigh it and decide, will X choice be good? Obviously, you know, you can side out these terrible cards, but what if the one scenario comes up that you need it? So definitely you need to be working on your human skills and evaluation, things like this. I can't tell you how to improve those skills. I think there's something I just kind of came into throughout the years. Mine might not be the most sharp, but for those of you that are asking for resources and things like that, make sure that you're learning how to value things correctly, whether or not it be in life, in shitty children's card games, anything like that. Human speaking, as we already talked about, you know, be a decent human being towards people. If someone has something that you want, this even applies to fucking trading here. If someone wants something that you want, be kind, be courteous, you know. Don't be a fucking scumbag and try to pressure them into fucking trading it, because 9 times out of 10 is going to fucking backfire and they're going to keep what the fuck you want. You know, always be kind. You know, work out deals with people. Same things like that. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, it's amazing just how much human characteristics, simple little fucking things in this game are so important to the game. Because if you're a shitty human being and you don't have simple tendencies, then you're probably going to be fucking terrible at Yu-Gi-Oh! It's, you know, it's not really anything I should have to explain to you guys. Felt good. At the end of the day, if you can engage with simple human behavior in terms of deck building, gathering the resources to you to improve yourself as a human, while sitting here, you know, playing card games, you'll definitely improve. Now, back to the point of resources. So, card value, haha, that equation. It's amazing, like, how these things kind of, you know, come together. Unfortunately, though, card valuement's a little bit more different in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, because essentially every deck has turned into a combo deck, and you can kind of really make the argument towards, you know, your resource trap cards, like Solemn Strike, for example. You know, is it worth it to strike here or to strike there? Can't really make the argument with that for D-Barrier, because most decks are one-dimensional, and when I say one-dimensional, they'll be like, well, if you're setting up something like an Xyz play to blow out your opponent, you know, if they have the barrier, then you get blown out back. It's kind of why I like Wind Witch Artifact, because sometimes, not always, maybe, sometimes they can rotate on the second axis and do something different. I had 3 D-Barriers, actually, Thursday night against a Wind Witch Artifact player, and I didn't have a monster to follow it up. So I ended up just losing because I couldn't have an established creature already in play to kind of alleviate some of the stress. D-Barrier is a fucking very good card, but if you don't have a body or a follow-up play for it, the only thing that the card does is literally stall the game state for you. And if you're not drawing anything while your opponent is doing other things, then you get blown out. That's why I said I don't think we can really make the resource argument with D-Barrier as opposed to Solemn Strike. You know, Strike is a one-time use card. You know, it doesn't reward you by essentially creating a blanketing effect on the fucking field for you. But card management and time for the resources that you have available to you. Solemn Strike, Solemn Warning, Torrential Tribute, all very good examples of resource management. Raigeki Darkhold, not so much, because typical board wipes and the resolution of you using them are probably going to get you out of an OTK scenario. But that's what happens when you're in a combo-centric format, where everyone's using all of their resources to essentially build a turn 1 board. So, how do we get better at Yu-Gi-Oh? Playtesting groups. Build human character. You know, seek out the traits that you think are better. You know, I used to think, like a lot of simple folk back in the day, that Yu-Gi-Oh was just a shitty fucking game, and any fucking imbecile can play it. Yeah, you're right. Anybody can play it. Being decent with judgment skills takes time. Being able to analyze certain situations, fucking figure out what moves you want to make, amongst other things, it's definitely a resource game. Did you guys know that with the Staples over here, there's a fucking Walmart over here? Don't you guys love that? Fucking gotta love it. So, I don't have anything else really to say in this video. we'll continue to build on this series as I'm feeding through the thoughts. You have to remember, 99% of my videos are constructed off the top of my head. I don't fucking script anything out. I would actually be a little bit offended if I found myself scripting out for videos, because it's not natural. It's not right. God, me saying it's not right, it's even more fucked up. If you can't speak your mind and fluently get through thoughts, yeah, I know some of you guys get confused by my thought process. I apologize for that. But often, much in the line of Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, if you can't make the play that you want to make in the scenario that you want to make, then don't fucking make it. It's pretty fucking self-explanatory. You know, if you think the line of play isn't correct, then don't fucking make it, you know? Unless that in that one scenario that the bad play, or aka the misplay, becomes the right play, and then you win the game, and then your opponent's arguing with you because you didn't make the play that you should have made, and you won the game because of the misplay, and then you guys go to the bathroom, and you're fucking doing things in the bathroom stall that you shouldn't be doing because the play was just so mind-boggling for the guy that he just dropped his pants for you. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh stories. Fucking love them. So, that's all I have to say today, guys. Obviously, resources. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Obviously, everything in this video is my experiences, and my experiences really only, actually. Most of the things we're saying in here is just 10 years worth of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh experience. God, I need to get my invite. I can't not have my invite for my 10th year in a fucking row. I need to get my shit together. Alright, guys. Later. That's not all, folks. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my Cardfight Vanguard channel, VanCole40. You guys will get an insight on our playtesting sessions. And please check out the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. That way you guys can follow the House of Champions and MCole40 interactions. Please check out MCole Games for all of your guys' trading card game needs. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please check out my Patreon in the description. Every bit helps to the creation of these videos. One step at a time in improvement, and that's the goal of this channel. Alright guys, have a good time, and thanks for watching.